What's up, guys? It's Gorilla Vinny. Thanks for coming through to another virtual workout. We'll do it like we always do. We'll start with a warm-up, go through 9 rounds, 3 minutes apiece, 1 minute of rest in between, and then we'll end with a cool down and a stretch. As always, safety is number one priority, so please, throughout the workout, go at your own pace, take breaks when you need to, stay hydrated, drink water, and modify exercises when and where necessary. I might ask you to do something that, for one reason or another, whether it's an injury or inflexibility, whatever it may be, you may need to modify the movement. So please do so to the best of your ability. But as much as you can, stick to what I do. And the more you're able to over time, the better you get at these movements. So let's do our best. We came to work out. We came to learn. Let's make it happen. All right, let's get into the warm-up. We'll start with jumping jacks. Make sure as you do this, you have your hands meeting at the top and your feet go at least as wide as your shoulders. You want to stay nice and relaxed. And remember that we're just trying to get some blood flow, some circulation, soften up our muscle tissue so that it moves more easily and it stretches more easily throughout the workout. Get a consistent breathing pattern as well. And get ready. We're going to go into high knees next. Make sure those knees come at least as high as your waist if you can, or as close to that as possible. Stay light on the toes. Don't slam your feet into the ground. And breathe steadily throughout, as with everything. A few more seconds. And here we go. Now we're going to go into squats. Make sure those feet are a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then sit back like you're sitting in a chair. You want to try to let your butt sit back and not let your knees go too far forward. And really keep the weight in your heels and flat on your feet. Try to keep your back straight. Don't lean over too much. And don't lean left or right. You want your butt to sit right in between your knees. Next, we'll get on the floor. We're going to be in mountain climbers, push-up position, and then start running those knees to your chest. Do your best to keep your body weight forward, meaning your shoulders over your wrists, so that you're really forced to use your stomach in order to drive your knees to your chest, as opposed to using your legs to kind of drive forward. Stomach stays tight. Maintain your breathing pattern. Next, we'll go into push-ups. Make sure your hands are a little bit wider than your chest. You're going to go down and up. Breathing in as you go down, out as you come up. And each one of these warm-ups is about 20 seconds. So we're just going to keep rolling with it for about 20 seconds per warm-up exercise. Utilize those chest muscles. Now we're down on our elbows. We're going to rotate those hips left and right. Goal here is to keep those elbows flat on the ground and to really use your obliques and your stomach muscles to move your hips left to right, really stretching out those hip flexors and those hip muscles on the sides as well. Maintain your breathing. Last, we'll go on our back. We're going to go into bicycle crunches, trying to meet that elbow to your opposite knee, driving those knees towards your upper body. I like to do bicycle crunches because they give us an opportunity to work a little bit of cardio as well as working the stomach. And building speed in the stomach muscles is important for head movement and overall upper body stability. On our feet, finishing with some shadow boxing. Here we go. We're going to move around. And now that we've done this basic movement and this basic warm-up for our body, now we're trying to warm up our brain as well, and then increase and vary the range of motion. So we were doing these very straightforward movements that the body probably already knows, right in line with the basic physics and geometry of the body. But now we're going to move a little bit more dynamically. We're going to start throwing these movements that we're actually going to do throughout the class. So you go from general warm-up to a more specific warm-up. As you can see, I'm mixing it up. I'm throwing punches. I'm throwing kicks. I'm doing some defense. I'm doing some offense. I'm warming up with my left side, with my right side. The goal here, again, is to continue to warm up, to break a little bit of a sweat, but also to almost pre-rehearse some of these movements in the shadow boxing that we're going to do throughout the class. Try your best to make it look real and really put some effort. And there we go. Let's start. All right, guys, so for today's workout, you can see, obviously, again, we are in my apartment, but just goes to show that you can get a workout even in a small space. So I live in a studio, very small space, that I'm working with here. You can see, you know, a few feet in either direction. I got Giuseppe, my one cat, on one side, Lou's hanging out on the bed. But even in this, I can work on basic conditioning, basic fundamental striking, and just developing these second nature movements, right? This muscle memory that is super important when you fight. So I'd like to focus today a little bit on kicks, and particularly the front snap kick and snap kicks from both legs. So in Muay Thai, a little bit more of the kind of straight kick, the teep, as we call it. You chamber your leg and you extend out, kind of like you're sticking your leg out like a spear, right? Come in and I come out, drive it forward. Whereas now they use this in Muay Thai too, but more exclusively in karate, taekwondo, some of the other Japanese, and then even some of the Chinese martial arts, the traditional ones, they throw a little bit more of a kick that hinges at the knee, right? So you've heard me say this in some of the other videos, possibly in class, but today, again, the focus will be throwing a lot of those snap kicks. They're easier to practice, actually, when it comes to shadow boxing, at least in my opinion, and they're very effective out on the street as well. That sometimes throwing this kick straight out takes a lot of energy, takes a certain amount of technique, where it's very natural to just kind of pick your leg up, flop your leg up, flop your foot up like that, and hinge at the knee. And you can do a lot of damage to someone's chin, to someone's stomach. I typically will drive most of these up towards the face. So that will be a part of the focus of today. First combination as we go into this first round of 9 will be a snap kick, step down, jab, cross, and then we'll throw a snap kick from that back leg, right? So a front snap kick is what I'll call it. When you are throwing traditionally on a mat or in a dojo, dojang, you curl your toes back, you hit with the ball of the foot, right? Regardless of which side you strike with. You can even do that out on the street. However, if you have dress shoes on or boots on, it's going to be tough to kind of curl back that hard rubber or the leather on the bottom of your foot. So honestly, you can kind of almost keep your foot a little bit relaxed, a little bit tense. You don't want to flex your foot hard, but enough that you can kind of bring it up and imagine, you know, the really strong pointy part of the end of your shoe, and this goes for anyone that wears dress shoes or women that maybe wear a little bit pointy shoes at the front, right? Those dress shoes or wedges. I don't know. I know they have certain names that I'm not fully familiar with, but imagine driving that right up into someone's chin or kind of right behind their chin into this fleshy part right behind the jaw. So it can be very, very effective, even if you're not holding this very strict curling your toes back, hitting with the ball of your foot. Both work, but imagine yourself in a self-defense situation where you can use this even without perfect form. You just kind of want to flop your foot up like that, and you can do a lot of damage. But again, you want to keep just a little bit of tension here, but not so much where you need to straighten out your leg. Hopefully that makes sense. It was a little verbose, but you guys get an idea of what I'm trying to say with this kick. So first combination, just like I said, we'll throw that front snap kick, step your foot down, jab, cross, snap kick with the back leg, swing your arm just a little bit, just past your leg. I don't have to swing super far back. I don't have to swing my arm all the way behind me. I swing it right past my foot, jab, cross, right past my leg, and then right back to my fighting stance at this 45-degree angle. All right, let's get into this first round. All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. There's round 1. So again, I'm moving around. I'll try to demonstrate in a few different ways. Snap kick, jab, cross, rear snap kick. I'm moving to the side. Just do it in every angle. So I throw that snap kick. I kind of adjust or shift my weight a little bit to my supporting leg. Boom, here, jab, cross, boom. And again, you don't want to lean back super hard, right? It'll help get your body out of the way so your leg can come up. You got to kind of still keep yourself engaged. Otherwise, you throw the kick like this, you're off balance. I kind of pull my shoulders back, but keep my stomach and my lower body engaged so I can still throw that kick, right? Jab, cross, straight kick, straight kick. These are great kicks also to throw to increase the flexibility of the back of your legs, your hamstrings, the back part. In tattooing, it's called the ditch, right? The ditch behind your knee. And then as well as your lower back and your butt muscles, because everything stretches as soon as that leg comes up. So all of this needs to have a bit of flexibility, and this can be almost act like an active or dynamic stretch, right? Where I'm going to kind of kick. You might start kicking low here, and then notice by the end of this workout today, another 35 minutes or so, 30 minutes, your foot's going to come all the way up, all right? So from here, snap kick, jab, cross, snap kick. Boom. And then right back to middle. So I throw that snap kick, jab, cross, snap kick, and then moving around. All right, staying on my toes. Right, snap kick, jab, cross, snap kick. Remember to keep your hands up. I think I see a lot, just under 90 seconds to go in this round. But a thing I see a lot in class, particularly people that aren't sparring often or sparring at all, not everybody, takes it that far with their martial arts training, is that we forget that we still have to protect our face when we're throwing kicks, and we become so focused on throwing the kicks that your hands kind of get in these random places because you're not paying attention to them, and you haven't developed the habit of keeping them high and close to your face, or putting them in very specific places, right? So I've learned to keep one hand up always, and then swing the other arm right by my leg. So I don't even think about it; it just happens naturally. But people that are so focused on the legs and haven't developed that habit, you'll see a lot of this when they go to kick. They're not conscious that they have poor hand placement. So make sure as we're going through, if you need to slow it down, but focus on your hand placement. That's 30 seconds left. Go through the combination one more time at this 45, this kind of three-quarter angle for you. So I throw that snap kick. I step down, jab, cross. I throw the snap kick, and I come right back. All right, make sure you bring that leg back. All right, keep it up. You got 14 seconds to go. Breathe, keep moving. Do your best. Stay hydrated. And time. That was round one. Very great. Very great. You guys are doing great. All right, next combination, same thing. Let's actually switch it up a little bit. Remember, you could take the same exact movements, but change up the order, and it's a very different exchange between you and your opponent, you and your partner that you're training with, right? So from here, let's throw that jab cross. Let's lean back this time. Throw that snap kick right after. So you might bait them in with the jab cross, even if it's not super long. You kind of just throw it. They feel like, oh, he doesn't have his range, right? He was nowhere near me when he threw that jab cross. And then as they come to close the range, they try to follow you back with that cross. Bang. You just snap that foot right up into their chin. They basically walk right into it. So let's throw the jab cross, lean back, snap that front snap kick, and then as we step down, cross, hook, roundhouse. That's straight up Muay Thai Kickboxing 101. All right. So jab cross, bait him in, lean back, snap kick as you step down, throw the cross, hook, and then the round kick down onto that leg. There it is. Round two starts right there. So again, I'm moving around, have my hands up, jab, cross, lean back, snap kick, cross, hook, round kick. All right. Other angle. I'm here, jab, cross, bait them in, front snap kick, cross, hook, round kick. All right. From this angle, so you can kind of follow with me if you're following along at home. So jab, cross, I step back, or I lean back, snap kick, cross, hook, round kick low. Try not to kick my plants. Do one more time in this direction. Again, I'm always being aware of my hand placement, right? Jab, cross, snap kick, cross, hook, round kick. Okay. And, I say this a lot when I teach my shadow boxing classes like this, when I'm not working on a bag. You notice as I throw that roundhouse kick, I'm not picking up my heel, but when you're throwing, because it's a little bit tough, and it can be, I'm doing jujitsu a lot these days, and I'm doing a lot of training. So I don't, because my legs are tied, I don't have the full control over my knees, and I don't want to hurt myself. And sometimes holding this position while I throw that round kick can be, can be a little bit dangerous, a little bit. I'm aware of my limits right now as I train. But when you're training on a bag, you're training with a person, when you know you have something that's going to catch that momentum, try to always throw that round kick with your heel up off the ground. All right. This is just a matter of me training in this kind of slippery carpet that I have. Right. But whenever possible, as much as you can, you should try to throw that round kick with that heel up. All right. So again, jab, cross. I throw the snap kick, cross, hook, boom, round kick. Right. And I slowed it down a little bit there so I could pick my heel up so I had more control. Right? You got 1:16 left to go. All right. And literally, as I said that, I don't know if you heard it on the camera, my knee just cracked, but I'm fine. But funny how that pressure, even on that one kick, can make a difference. Okay. So I'm here, I'm moving, jab, cross, snap kick, cross, hook, bang, round kick. And then I'm back. Make sure as you throw this snap kick, whichever direction you're throwing it, whichever leg you're throwing it from, that you recoil the kick. So don't just throw it and then drop it. I'm not throwing jab, cross, snap, and then dropping my foot. Notice that I recoil my heel, and then I purposefully place my foot on the ground. Jab, cross, snap kick, and maybe I'm stepping down into the punch, into my next strike, but I am not just kind of doing like a horse kick, right? I'm not just throwing and then sliding it against the floor. I am purposely bringing it back down and having the control and balance in my stomach and in my supporting leg, whichever one it is. All right. You got 18 seconds to go. Jab, cross, straight kick, cross hook, round kick from the back leg. All right. Keep it moving. Let's see what you guys can do. And time. There's round three. There's round two. So now we're going to go into round three. Same thing, continuing to use these kicks. But let's throw it from the back leg this time. All right, so let's set something up. So sometimes I might set them up maybe with a knee. They think they're going to come in. They understand my range. Maybe they move back. So I'm going to throw the knee the first time through. You see the combination in a second. And then I'm going to use my straight kick to reach them, right? So maybe we have a close encounter, right? Maybe we have a close exchange right here. So let's say we throw a jab, cross, hook, uppercut, right? Again, boxing 101, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Maybe I pull them into a knee, right? But from that knee, maybe they move back. So at the end, as I come in for the knee, maybe I'm the other person. I move back a little bit. Right after I throw that knee, they think they've escaped danger, and now I throw that snap kick, bang, right up to their face. Because even after I throw that knee, they're out of range, but they're protecting their stomach, not maybe thinking about their face as much. So maybe they're here, and then they take a step back right into the range of my snap kick. Bang. All right, there's the beginning of round three. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, knee, bring it back, snap kick. What you'll see is you don't have to, but you can take a little step. It's all going to depend on how far back your opponent moves. They might stay right in position. They might stay exactly where they are, and it makes more sense to throw a knee a second time. But for the sake of this combination, we're going to imagine that hypothetically after we throw that knee, they move back into perfect position to throw that snap kick right up to the chin. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I'm going to drive that knee, bang, snap kick right away. And as you're practicing, one of the key things I think to make this combination effective, not just to practice and get better at that snap kick, but to throw one right after the other. I throw that knee, bang, snap kick right after, because you're trying to make it work, because they go from this, maybe they get out of the way of the knee, or they block the knee, they move back, and then boom, they get into the range of that second kick. But if you wait too long, they may no longer be there. They might move side to side. Right. So from here, again, it's all, there's no defense involved in this. This is very straightforward, very aggressive fighting style right now. We're just kind of pressuring on them. So we're throwing that jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Maybe I step in for that knee. Boom, I come right back with that straight kick from the back leg. And again, it's not that I'm throwing the knee to the stomach and then I'm throwing that teep to the stomach. It's not two strikes going out, in a straight line towards the stomach. It's one going here and then the other one coming up, swinging up towards the chin. So it's almost as if I threw a cross to the body and an uppercut to the chin. All right. If I threw a teep and a teep to the body, you could think of that as a jab cross. But if I throw a teep or whatever, a knee, and then a straight kick or a snap kick to the chin, you could imagine that as being a cross and then an uppercut. They have different angles, different ways that they actually travel through the air. Right. One is straightforward. One kind of swings up. Right. You got less than a minute to go. Let's keep working on that. I'll do it in this direction. All right. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I throw that knee, bang, teep right up the middle. Squeeze that stomach. You're going to feel the pressure in your stomach and in the tops of your hips. This is all getting worked. It's always getting worked, but especially when we throw these types of kicks, right? Everything right here. Face backwards. Just over 30 seconds to go. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I throw that knee, boom. I throw that snap kick right down the middle. All right. What do you think, Giuseppe? Is this bothering you? Is this boring you? Are you bored down here? Huh? Yeah, meow, meow. Stretch, stretch, stretch. All right, guys, I got 15 seconds to go. It is very warm in my apartment right now, so they are very relaxed. Very cold outside. The heat is just kicking. We're going to get through this. All right, let's go. And time. Very good. That's round three. All right. Round four, we're just going to keep up with it. So far, these combinations, again, are trying to utilize these straight kicks in almost let's say a pressuring aggressive way, right? We're not doing a lot of defense. We're kind of just pushing forward, but these can be used in, in defensive ways as well. But for today, I just want you to get comfortable and see the different ways that we can kind of set up these kicks in ways that might work. All right. So let's throw the front snap kick again, but off of some defense. All right. So let's say sometimes, especially when you fight Thai fighters, they like to like Muay Thai style fighters, kickboxers. In particular, Muay Thai fighters, they really like to throw a lot of kicks and knees. They score better. They it's just the style of the almost like Taekwondo in that way. It's just the style of the fight, right? So they as soon as you start throwing hands, they're gonna want to respond with kicks. So we're gonna throw a double jab. We're gonna check, and let's actually for here throw a rear straight kick. This beginning of the round. Here's a combination again: straightforward jab, jab. I'm gonna check, and then I'm gonna throw a straight kick from the back on. And when we back leg, when we throw that check, let's actually keep it a low check because let's assume they're gonna kick us to the leg. So they're striking right around here. So I only need to pick up my leg that high. When I go high like this is more because they're trying to reach for my ribs, and that's what I want to protect. So we're gonna go jab, jab, low check, boom. Set it right up into that straight kick. Imagine them being right here with the kick, and then as they come back, if they're not protecting, boom, that straight kick comes back. So I'm here, I throw that jab, jab. They throw that low kick to respond, and as they're bringing it back, I check as they're bringing that leg back, boom, right up to the chin. All right, that's what we're shooting for. That's the hypothetical exchange that we are building this combination around. All right, it's got over 2 minutes to go. Let's keep working on it. Hopefully you've been moving this whole time. So jab, jab, low check, straight kick. You could almost use that as a launch into the kick too, right? I throw that double jab, I check, and then I step, bang. We do this often into the knee, right? I'll drive right into that knee, but you can also do it to throw the straight kick. It might even be easier. It's a very natural movement for a lot of people, even if you have no martial arts experience, right? Moving around with that jab, jab, check, straight kick. I move, right? Jab, jab, check, straight kick. Good. Maybe I'm going to go this way this time, right? Jab, jab, check, low check, straight kick. Notice I'm always keeping my hands up by my face, right? I'm not dropping my hands and forgetting about them while I work on my legs, okay? Keep this going. I had a busy morning. I didn't have a lot of lunch or a lot of breakfast or too big of a lunch. My stomach is grumbling a lot. Hopefully you don't hear it on the camera, on the microphone. No way I can really duck it out. I have very simple editing equipment, so I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that as I go through this and the sounds from my stomach get louder, you don't hear them. So make sure when you're training, you fuel properly, you hydrate properly. Very important things if you want to get the most out of your training. All right, you got 45 seconds to go. I also can't help the horns and the sirens that you hear outside because it is New York City. I'm taping from. I love my city. It's very active. So if you hear that in the background, hopefully, and you don't live in New York, you get a little taste of what it's like to live here. You got 30 seconds to go, gang. All right. From here, let's get back to that combination. So I throw that double jab, right? Low check, and then bang. Straight kick right up the middle. One more time from this direction. Jab, jab, check. Straight kick from the back leg. Notice I bring it all the way back. I don't just throw the kick and then drop it and slide. I throw it, bang. I bring it all the way back, right back into my stance. Okay? 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. 1 minute rest. Take a deep breath. Grab some water if you need it. So one thing we'll do real quick, just to strengthen the legs and then the stomach, because these are both parts of the body that we're using. So we're going to spend, excuse me, round 5, doing a little bit of stomach work and then a little bit of leg work. All right. So first thing we'll do for the first, let's say first minute, we're going to lunge, real lunge. Everybody get your right leg back, left leg forward. We'll stand everybody in orthodox position. All right. Right leg back. So real lunge, come up, straight kick. Real lunge, come up, straight kick. Okay. Let's do that for 30 seconds. Then we'll shuffle for 30 seconds. Then we'll hold plank for a minute in between. And then we'll do the other leg. All right. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Remember, with your fighting stance, right leg back, even the lefties, do it with me. All right leg back. I'm going to lunge, throw a straight kick, come back. Lunge, throw that straight kick with the right leg, and come back. There you go. 30 seconds. Lunge, right up into the straight kick, and then reset, do it again. If you can do it fast, great. I care mostly that you do it with a good form, good technique. All right. 15 seconds, and then we're just going to go into shuffles. All right. When I say go, you're going to be in your fighting stance. Stay on your toes and just shuffle like that. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shuffle. Don't let the heels touch the ground. Stay light. Okay. 24 seconds. Deep breaths. Since we're doing consistent movement, continuous movement, it's the same thing over and over again, right? Repetitive is what I meant to use. Think about your breathing into the nose, out to the mouth. Start develop a pattern, develop a rhythm. All right. 5 seconds, we get into plank position. We're just going to hold it. 3, 2, 1. Right down, elbows down, plank position, right here. Just try to stay nice and steady. All the same things I say. Back is straight, stomach is tight, hips are rolled forward a little bit, and your hips are square with the ground. All right. You want to make sure that your left hip isn't higher than your right hip, and vice versa. All right. 42 seconds. As you're doing this, try to catch your breath. Obviously it's not much of a cardio movement. It is a isometric strength movement, so your muscles are fine right now, but hopefully your lungs get a little bit of a rest, and you should be thinking about just engaging your stomach as much as you can, squeezing your hips, squeezing your lower back, and really kind of being very solid, very steady from your ribs through your hips. All right, you got 13 seconds, 10 seconds now. You're going to come up to your left foot back. Everyone's going to stay on like a southpaw, fighting stance with your left foot back. And then same thing, lunge with the left leg and then straight kick. Ready? And go. So lunge, straight kick, reset. Lunge, straight kick, reset. So a real lunge with the left leg, straight kick with the left leg, and then reset. Simple, straightforward stuff. All right? Let's get it going. 45 seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Can be difficult. These lunges aren't easy, especially when you're doing a lot of them. But it's a good way to strengthen the legs, not just for kicking, but also for boxing. The class I did right before this, 30 seconds left, and now we're actually in shuffles. All right, right back to it. Last 30 seconds of the round, just the shuffles. But the last class that I did was focused on boxing, and I talked about how even in boxing you use your legs a lot. We might think it's all upper body because we're throwing punches, but when you do it right, your legs are engaged, and it's a great workout for your lower body. But throwing kicks takes it up even another level. 3, 2, 1. Time. Great work. Great work. Grab some water. Stretch out a little bit. Make sure you don't tense up or you don't cramp up now that we've done all that leg work. All right. We got 4 more rounds to go. 6, 7, 8, 9. Round 6, 7, and 8 will be combinations again. And then round 9, as always, will be our freestyle round. If you take my classes often, you probably hear me say that all the time, but I don't know where people are jumping in. You might jump into class 8 for the first time. So some of these things I'm going to say every class just to make sure everybody understands where we're at and that we're on the same page, regardless of where you jump into this. All right. So next combination for round 6. Let's throw a jab, uppercut. I want a knee, switch, and then a straight kick from that back leg. So jab, uppercut. From here, I'm going to throw that knee. Once it comes back, I'm going to switch, and then right up the middle, throw that snap kick from the front leg. Okay, so from the side one more time. Jab, uppercut. I throw that knee. I bring it back. Switch, straight kick. There's beginning of the round. We're going to assume same thing, that we kind of have them in a tight exchange. We throw that jab. Maybe they move in. They kind of maybe slip the jab and then come in. So, or a pull from the jab, they pull and then they come in. As they come in, I'm going to throw that uppercut and that knee. Maybe they move right back out. So it's one of these things where I throw the combination. Maybe they slip, they move in. I throw the uppercut and the knee. Maybe they block it. And then as they come out, they try to come into a longer range. Maybe to throw a round kick. Maybe to throw, some big long shots. Hopefully that switch front kick or that switch snap kick goes right up to their chin again. Okay. So from here, we're going to throw a jab, uppercut, knee. Remember, jab is long. They follow me in. I throw the uppercut. I throw the knee. I place it back. I don't feel like I'm going to move that leg quick enough, so I switch, and then I throw that front snap kick right down the middle. All right, I'll do it this direction. Here, jab, uppercut, knee. I bring it back, front snap kick. All right, kind of off in this direction. Jab, uppercut. I throw that knee. I bring it back, switch, front snap kick. Boom, I'm here. hands up, thinking about my defense, right? I'm moving. I could throw some stuff in between too, right? Maybe I do a little bit of head movement, right? I set it up, then jab, uppercut, knee, boom, front snap kick. So you see me do that a lot, right? Because I'm always thinking about my opponent coming back in, and I'm tapping them. I'm keeping them at a distance, right? If they're in close, I stay here. Keep that hand close to my face because I don't want to be here, and then them come around and hit me. So I'll throw, and then I'm right back to here, depending on my range. If they're far away, I'm here. If they're close, I'm here, right? But again, I'm going to throw that one more time. Jab, uppercut, knee, switch kick, boom, right back into my stance. My foot comes back, and I'm ready to get into that stance again. All right, you got just over a minute to go. Let's get this thing going. All right, round 6 we're in. Round 6. One, stay hydrated. I got a little lemon in there. "43 seconds to go. Keep moving, keep breathing. And here's your last 30 seconds. There's your click right there. That sound is meant to mimic what you hear in a boxing ring or, MMA ring. Typically, you hear it's the two pieces of wood kind of clap as they hit together. Usually, it's only the last 10 seconds of a fight. I like to give 30, so you have a little extra time to kind of really push it before the round ends. That's a recent thing. I used to like it at 10 as well, but I like giving people a little more time. 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Grab some water. Catch your breath. Compose yourself. Get into this next round. All right, going into round 7. So from here, let's throw that switch round kick. We haven't thrown any of those in the middle of all this. So let's throw a cross. Let's throw a hook cross switch round kick, and then I want to step down, straight kick from that back leg. I like this because a lot of times we'll throw that switch kick, and it's easy for someone to just kind of move back if we don't time it well. Right, so someone throws a switch round kick, I can it would block if they're facing me. It would block here. But even as I block here, as I'm returning my hands, boom, it can come right up the middle, right? So I'm focused, or even sometimes people will just block it with the one hand, or they'll pull back, right? They throw that switch kick, they'll pull back. If I can control it, I can come back with that straight kick, right? So we're going to throw a hook, cross, switch round kick, boom, straight kick right up the middle. All right, right to the face. So they block one side, right? As they reset, hopefully we catch them right in the middle. Or if anything, we could still snap up, hit them, if they lean forward a little bit or they kind of dig into it like this, that means that their body is at an angle where this kind of up motion of our leg can strike them, right? More than anything, I'm trying to visualize what could happen in an actual exchange. More than anything, I just want you to be able to throw this kick off of a lot of different things that happened before it, right? So let's throw that lead hook, cross, right? Switch, round kick, straight kick right up the middle, all right? So from here, hook, cross, switch, round kick, sit down, kick. And that, I don't throw a lot of those switch round kicks because I'm not as flexible in this leg, and I don't work on it as much as I should. But you see, even myself, it takes, I need a little practice with it. So it's good. It's good for all of us, even more experienced people, to work on these basic combinations, right? These basic movements. Hook, cross, switch kick, straight kick, right? It's good to have some flexibility so I don't knock all my stuff over. I'll do it again in this direction, right? Hook, cross, switch kick, straight kick, all right? Drive it, work on it. If you got good flexibility, this switch kick is not too much for you. Or, you kind of come across into it, bring it back, and then throw that snap kick right up the middle, all right? Again, the focus today is really the snap kicks, so let's try to get those under our belt. You got 90 seconds right here, okay? See what you guys got left in the tank. Last couple rounds, 7, 8, and 9. 7 and 8, combinations. 9 will be your freestyle, all right? Try that again, get a little bit more flexibility in that leg, right? I want to kick my shelf over there. Make sure you have enough room. Like I said, you don't need a lot of room to get this stuff done. If I stayed right in the middle, it would be easier. I can position myself, but you can get surprising amount done even in a very small space. All right, 46, 45 seconds to go. Finishing up round 7. Remember to continue breathing. Lou, you want to say hello? My tuxedo cat sleeping on the bed right there. He's just out of the frame, but he's looking at me. There's your 30-second mark. You wanted you to know that you got 30 seconds to work on this combination before we move on. Make sure you establish that balance. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Round 7 is over. We got one more combination to go, and then we get into our final round where you freestyle. Okay. So let's mix up between the two styles of kicks now. Okay. So just one combination that differentiates the teep from the front snap kick. Okay. So let's throw a jab. Let's throw a jab, hook, teep. All right, with that front leg. So out, jab, hook. Make them pick up their hands, protect their face. Throw that teep like you're going straight for the body again. Right. Now let's throw a cross, hook, and then snap kick up again to the top. So the whole idea, actually, after the teep, let's throw 2 hooks: rear hook, lead hook, and then teep. Because what I'm hoping we can do is we can get them to pick up their hands like this and then open up the middle, right? They're worrying about the hooks, and then we hit the chin right at the middle. All right, so jab, hook, teep, hook, hook, snap kick, okay? Down the middle. Jab, hook, teep, rear hook, lead hook, snap kick, okay? This way. Jab, hook, teep, rear hook, lead hook, snap kick. One more time this direction. Jab, hook, teep, rear hook, lead hook, snap kick. All right? See what you guys can do. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. All right? Breathe. Remember, the movement of the teep is more driving the hips and out. Okay? It's here where the snap kick is up. It's here, right? Extend it. Bang. Let it really, really come forward. All right, really come up. One is out towards the body, one is up towards the chin. And we're setting it up that way, right? Jab and hook, making them think about their head. So we drive that kick, that first kick, right towards the ribs, right towards the stomach. Then we throw those 2 hooks to the outside of the head, all right, the outside of the face, right? Hopefully get them to not just block here, but block here. And by doing so, they give us that little avenue right up the middle where we can slide that foot right up towards the chin. Pop. They might not expect it either because it's coming from that back leg. They're focused on our hands, that front leg. This, just by nature of it being slightly closer, is easier for our body, for our brain to kind of triangulate. Okay, these things are moving towards us. But this thing sneaks in, bang. And if we're fast with it, if we learn how to pop our hips, drive our hips, and snap that kick up, it can be very, very useful, very deadly. Very deadly. It can be very effective. Let's use that word instead. At tagging up our opponent, right? About sliding it up into these spots that people don't expect the kicks to come from, like right up the middle from that back leg, especially in that manner. They might think you're going to the body, right? They might think even that you're going to stop here, even if you throw it the same way, right? Chambering at the leg, at the knee. But if you keep going, you go bang right up to the chin. It could be very effective. All right. Got less than a minute to go. I'll demonstrate a few more times. Hopefully you guys have continued moving throughout all my rambling. All right. So again, jab, lead hook, teep, rear hook, lead hook, boom, snap kick from that back leg. And these are kicks even myself when I'm sparring with people. I don't use them very often because they can. Same way I don't use a lot of uppercuts because you can really hurt somebody. It's easy to use very little force on an uppercut or a snap kick and hurt somebody. So sometimes they're difficult to practice even because of how effective they can be. But you have to find yourself a good sparring partner, and that's where pad work and a good pad holder come in handy because you want to be able to practice those without really hurting somebody. Last 5 seconds. And time. Good. That's round 8. We got one more round. As always, we end with our freestyle round. I want you guys to, throw whatever you like. I want you to move around, feel flowy. And the number one purpose of these rounds is creativity. You guys kind of working on your own, doing something of your own accord without me having to call all the shots, without telling you exactly what to do. As you do that, though, I would like you to throw as many of these straight kicks as possible. And if you can, try to differentiate them the way we did in that last combination, right? So I don't want you to just throw straight snap kicks, front snap kicks. I want you to throw some teeps as well. Throw some teeps, throw some snap kicks from the front leg, from the back leg. Try to throw more of these maybe than you normally do in a freestyle round, just so you have the ample opportunities to practice them and to perfect them. But throw the snap kicks, throw straight kicks, regular straight kicks, teeps, and let's see what you guys can do. All right, last 3 minutes of class, starting right there. All right, let's go again. 3 minutes. Move it around. Right there, you see I did 2 in a row. One was a snap kick. The second one was a teep. I did that a couple times before, right? But try to establish control so you're able to throw one rather than the other when you want to throw one rather than the other. Know when you want to hit the body. Know when you want to hit the face. You can throw that teep, bang, straight up to the face too in a straight line. It's a little more difficult, right? But in my opinion, it's a little more effective to just throw that snap kick. But both work to both parts. I find the snap kick to be more effective towards the chin, the teep to be more effective towards the stomach, whether it's the solar plexus, the belly button, the ribs, depending how they're standing, all of that works. But you guys got 1:45 minutes left. All right. Keep trying to mix it up and make sure that you are throwing sufficient volume of these straight kicks so that you have, again, sufficient repetitions in order to improve, perfect, and all around get better at these kicks. All right. 1:25 to go. Keep breathing. Keep moving around. This is same thing I end almost all of my personal training sessions with when I'm training my students, my fighters, whoever it is that I work with. We will usually do it in shadow boxing because we're hitting pads the rest of the time. You guys are shadow boxing probably exclusively at home, or maybe you're working on a heavy bag. Everything we did today, we could do on a heavy bag as well. So that's up to you. But I always have the last bit of class as part of the cool down of my sessions, my training sessions, be focused on kind of reviewing everything that we did during class, right? So if I was working on their hooks, so I was working on their defense, whatever the particular movement was, I'll have them focus on that throughout the shadow boxing as they end class. So whatever our last round ends up being. 30 seconds left, gang. Let's finish this strong if you can. Pick up the pace for me a little bit. Okay, keep those knuckles up, eye level. Don't forget about your hands just because you're throwing kicks. Stay light on your feet. Keep moving around. Throw those kicks, those straight kicks, teeps, and snap kicks. And see if you can commit this stuff, solidify it in your memory as you finish this last 5 seconds. And time. Good. That's the end of round 9. There's a double bell. Great work today. Again, as always, if you have questions about these movements that we did, you can email me, gorillavinnytraining@gmail.com. In the meantime, stick around for the cool down and the stretch. All right, so now with the cool down, remember, we just want to move around a little bit and keep our muscles from cramping up. So keep the intensity low, but still keep your technique and your form as high level as possible. If we did something specific throughout the workout that is new to you or that you'd like to really remember, now's the time to commit it to memory. So as you're shadow boxing, as you're cooling down, try to maybe repeat some of the things we did throughout the workout, or something that maybe you struggled with. See if you can iron out some of those wrinkles now, still maintaining, again, a low intensity, because this is the end of the workout. We're not trying to get a heart rate up. We're trying to steadily bring it down, but with some active movement. This is called active rest or an active cool down. Again, keep it varied. Make sure you stretch and cool down your entire body, your left side, your right side, your hands, your feet. Keep the intensity low, the energy low. And let's just bring it slowly to a close before we stretch. And time. Now we're stretching. We're going to breathe in and exhale as we reach down for our toes. Make sure those feet are a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then just relax. You can reach over to one side, reach over to the other, back and forth, just to get a little extra stretch. And then we'll put a small, short bend in our knees. Feel that stretch in your lower back. Let your head get really heavy. And then slowly we can bring our butt down to our heels as close as we can get and push those knees out with your elbows. So you get a stretch on the insides of the legs. Now we'll stretch one leg on one side, getting more of a stretch on the inside of the leg. We do the same thing to the other side. We'll slowly make our way back and slide those hands up to your hips. And then we're in hip rotations, maintaining that shoulder width stance. And go back the other way. It's a really great way to loosen up those hips in a very low energy, low intensity way. Let's lean to one side, pull on the ankle to stretch the quad, maintaining our balance. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, keeping the knees close together. From here, we'll place our feet shoulder width again, and then we'll stretch out, loosen up that mid back, opening it up. Hands behind the back, expand the chest, chin up, shoulder blades together. Now let's reverse that movement, wrists on the lower back, chest in, chin down, elbows forward, loosening up the rotator cuffs. From here, we'll bring one hand across to the other side, circles in the wrist, stretching the back of the arm. Repeat that on the other side, stretching the back of the arm, circles in the wrist. Bring the hand over the top of the head and slowly lean to one side, stretching the lats and the tricep a little bit, as well as the back. Switch it, same thing to the other side. Getting some mobility in that mid upper back. And then from here, we're going to relax our shoulders and pull the head gently to one side, gently to the other. And then the same thing with our chin. Gently to one side, gently back the other way, and then chin to our chest. As always, we'll end on the ground in our deep bow. Find something that you liked in class, something that you're grateful for today. And let's do a deep bow mini meditation. Another few breaths right here. One last deep breath. And exhale on your way up. Great work. See you next time.